Hey guys, Ted Bogert here. Welcome back to the Ted Show. Excited after all of this time to finally have a very long-term dear friend on the show. It's Lawrence Bellido. Lawrence is a real estate professional and community advocate, super involved in his community, both real estate and otherwise. And he's here today to talk about the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. The elections are coming up, and Lawrence is the 2024 President-Elect candidate. So we're going to talk about that why. So if you've ever run for office, you know, it can be something else. And so it's always good to see what the heart is all about. Welcome, Lawrence. How you doing today, buddy?
Great, my friend. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Been looking forward to this for a while. Very excited to have you come on and talk. ORRA is near and dear to my heart. And so leadership is just critical there. Having the right leaders. And so I'm really excited to hear you talk about that. But before we get started, I told you before we went live that the audience absolutely loves an origin story. So tell them a little bit about Lawrence's journey from a little in the beginning to becoming involved in the real estate industry.
Okay. Born in Panama, Panama native.
Awesome.
At 2 years old, we moved to the States, to Chicago, and then came down to Florida when I was 12. What brought us down here? Of course, the Sunshine State. Sunshine weather, it's perfect. I mean, we're tropical people, so absolutely we came down immediately as soon as my dad found the summer months are all year round here. So yeah, awesome. that was very. I mean, we just up and moved instantly. Once I graduated high school, I didn't go immediately to college, and I was doing some odd jobs here and there, parking cars, restaurants, and I thought I needed to do something better. So I went back to college, and I was working 40 hours at the convention center on International Drive and doing college at night, 40 hours. You know, it was just a crazy schedule.
Wow.
I was dealing with back then. My dad gave me the idea. He's like, you should get your real estate license and sell timeshare in the morning and then go to school at night. And I thought, great. As I'm going through the real estate course, I realized you can get your license and in 2 years own your own brokerage. And I thought, I'm going for business administration. Why not? And I instantly just left college and went straight to the real estate business after that.
Did you know you loved it? Did you love it right away? Was it everything you thought, or did you have to kind of learn? Because, you know, it looks glorious, right? You see these shows now, especially reality shows. It looks like everything's multimillionaire, beautiful, dripping in diamonds, and there's a whole underbelly there. But did you find it exciting immediately, or did you have to kind of learn your way?
So this is the weird part about it. We didn't have those shows back in the day. At the time that I started, I mean, I got licensed in 1999. So we didn't see the glitz and the glamour of luxury real estate. You know, you just hear about it, but it's nothing that wasn't what attracted me. What I loved about it was the fact that you're helping people find a home and helping provide shelter for them is really, in essence, is what we're doing. We're helping people have a roof over their heads.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Was challenging correct. And what was challenging for me at the beginning was the fact that I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, you get your license and it's over. That's it. Good luck. Have a great day. That's that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I may name drop some people here, so bear with me. One of my good friends, one of my brother's best friends from high school, Ed O'Donnell, was working at Century 21 with his mother-in-law, Lucy Ayala, and they took me in as a buyer's agent. And then that's when my career started off. They gave me the training that I needed. And from there, I shouldn't name drop offices and stuff, but, you know, I started going from Century 21 and went to RE/MAX. And from RE/MAX, we came over to the Lake Nona area, and then I switched companies, and I'm here where I'm at today.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think giving name dropping is okay because people need to know the journey. There's, you know, we lost, I think nationally, I heard today, 60,000 realtors. With the shift over this change, but there are still people very interested in it. And so it's good to hear that there's a journey involved, that everybody didn't start out as selling Sunset or whatever some of those shows are. There's definitely a lot of work. Now let's talk about that, because you work on building your business, the real estate business, you become more, you have more transactions, you grow your business. When did you start to become involved in the association? And tell them a little bit about ORRA.
Absolutely. So the way it started, I'm always about education. I wanted to learn more because I didn't, it's embarrassing if my customer knows more about real estate than I do. So that's not an option. So I went out and started getting a bunch of designations. And when I started filling up the designation, you know, the alphabets all over my name badge, I figured, you know, let me take a break. What's another way I can give back? Maybe I could join committees. So I applied to the grievance committee and was successfully appointed. And then from there, I was moved up to professional standards. Then one of the past presidents approached me and said, hey, you should run for director. And I thought, why not? So I ran a campaign. In my first year, I was able to get on as a director for ORRA in 2020.
What does, tell people who, there's a lot of realtors who go, I use ORRA because it's required. I pay my dues and I get my access and my keys or whatever their terminology they're using now. Tell people about what actually goes on in ORRA. I'm a big proponent because of the advocacy that ORRA does, giving back, pouring back into the real estate community and realtors in general too. Talk about that, because I think people think it's this big association they pay dues into and they have zero idea what's really going on at ORRA.
Yeah, the first word you said, advocacy, that's huge. What we have at ORRA is a beautiful thing. And we definitely advocate for the members. They don't realize how much is involved. And I didn't realize it either. I thought, well, you know, I'm paying my dues and that's that. What's, you know, I got to name another initials after my name and stuff, ORRA. But they do a lot over there. ORRA does a lot of advocacy. Education is key. That's another huge thing. I learned how to write contracts through ORRA because they would have attorneys or someone there that would teach the classes. So advocacy, education, right. And especially in today's market, we have so many tech things coming to the market and AI and a lot of stuff happening in Tallahassee that we want to be involved in and get to know what we're doing. So that way you understand where the dues are going and not just, you know, just going into the pie in the sky or something like that. They're being used appropriately.
Agreed. And I think I know ORRA does so much that people don't realize. There's many, many classes. I just want to encourage you all to go to the website, which I'll put in the comments. It's really good to check it out. Don't look at it, even as an affiliate, don't look at it as just some way for me to get new business, or there's education advocacy. There's all ways for you to get involved at where they'll meet you where you want to be met. Trust me. Volunteerism is a huge, big deal at ORRA. And I just want to encourage you. So let's talk about this election. I think it's a big deal when anybody runs for something. It takes a lot of chutzpah. You have to really be ready. Why president? Why do you want president? You're running for president-elect 2024, meaning that position you'd be president in 2025. Why president?
The opportunity presented itself, and many members have asked me, why aren't you president yet? What's going on? You work so hard, and I love our business. I truly am. When people say, are you going to work? No, I'm going to have a great day today. That's what I'm going to have. This is not a job for me anymore. It's beyond that. And one of my main components always before I started getting business going in was always making a commitment to, and I'm going to get a little religious here. I made a commitment to God. I said, God, if you help me get to the other side, like those successful agents, I promise you, anyone that needs my help, I will help them get across no matter what their situation is. It doesn't matter if I didn't like the person, I will still help them out because that's my commitment I'm going to make to realtors. And that's just been something that's always been in my wheelhouse, my word. And that's that. This opportunity came up and I thought, you know what a great way to give back to the community and empower realtors and unify all the diversity that we have and still support everyone's cultures at the same time.
Agreed. And we're very blessed to live in kind of a little bubble as far as diversity and inclusion and equity go. Orlando, Orange County, Central Florida, I feel like we have a great opportunity here. And because our association is very large, 22,000, maybe 24,000.
Right now, 20,500 members. We may have
20,500 members. That's a lot of people who are in or touch our industry. And the thing that I want people to know too is though the realtors, the people who are frontline, they're living in the communities, working in the communities. They know what's going on in the communities. And so the realtors really do have, and the association has its finger on the pulse of a lot that goes on in our community. What are some of the favorite things that you like to do as far as committees? You said you served on grievance. I would not want to do that. You said you served on professional standards. God bless you. So tell people a little bit about some of the fun stuff, because I think people don't realize how much fun we have at ORRA events.
We had an RPAC event, a fishing one that was really fun. A lot of people should have gone to that because they rented out a boat, and it was red snapper season, and it's only open for a few days. So that's the one opportunity you can go out there, and everybody brought fish home, by the way. You know, they're catching a lot of fish out there. There was a charity event that we went to golfing. My first time I golfed. You know, I'm not saying I did great. I'm not a Tiger Woods, but, you know, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was having a great time out there. So those are just a couple of things that I could mention right now. Also, one way that we gave back, we did a waterway cleanup this year in Winter Springs at one of the springs over there. And it was Wekiva, actually. And that was a great day, too. And of course, I had to jump into the spring because it was nice and cool. So
I saw the pictures. It looked like it was so hot. Thank God for the cold
Absolutely.
Spring.
Yeah.
I just want to encourage people. I want you to look at the ORRA website in the comments below, and I want you to think about getting involved. You can reach out to Lawrence or to me. It's definitely changed my business, but it's also changed my perspective on my industry. The advocacy, again, and the amount of positive impact that the real estate community as a whole makes in our neighborhoods, in our central and our global, our state economies. It's just a big, big, big deal. So let me ask you a personal question.
Sure.
When I say the word hero, who's the first person that comes to mind for you, and why?
Goodness, that's so tough, because you first think about hero, superhero, like cartoons or something, or comic books. But my dad comes to mind, actually. Hero.
Tell me why.
Why? Because he was just always he was the rock that I had for me. You know, everybody says there's a rock. When it was growing up, now it's my wife, of course. You know, I'm happily married, and she's my rock. But before that, it was my dad, and the support that he has. He was such an outgoing guy. And, you know, we lost him last December, Christmas, and it was his favorite day. So it was fitting for him, for that day, for him to be with the Lord. And just the things that I didn't know about him, I didn't realize that he was such a avid hunter in Panama. And, you know, I knew he had the survival skills things going. He was a doomsday prepper. So he taught me a lot of stuff that people won't believe that I know if something was to happen. But the fishing, it came from him. He's the one that taught me how to fish. And it's always the saying that teach someone how to fish and they'll never starve. Yes. So he's my hero. He's the one that put me on my 2 feet and moved me forward in life.
It's beautiful. All right, Lawrence, thank you for sharing that, by the way. I like to ask that question because a lot of times we don't talk about it. We might have it in our head, or maybe we've never said it out loud. And it's always good to say it. I think other people will be inspired by that. Tell them the best way that they can find out more about you and your candidacy and ORRA and all of those good things. What's the best way for them to reach you?
Right now on Facebook, that's one way. I'm also on Instagram, Bellido Home Team. That's another way. If you have any questions, we can go from there. And I will have a website already set up in the next couple of days, and that's going to be Vote for Lawrence, or Vote for Bellido. It's going to be the name that we're going to
Vote for Bellido. And when do elections open and when do they close?
The last week of September, this month, September 25th through the 29th. And it closes at 5 o'clock on Friday. So please don't wait at 4:59. And just in case something happens, internet goes down. You know how that works on a Friday. It's always Murphy's Law. Right. These things happen.
Always Murphy's Law. What a joy to have you on, my friend. I'm very excited for you. Thank you for all that you do in our community. And I mean that because I see it firsthand. I know you are super involved and enmeshed and don't mind getting your hands dirty to do things. And I think that's such a blessing. You all get out. Look at Lawrence Bellido for President-Elect 2024. His website's scrolling across there, but you can find him on Facebook. And once he gets the election website set up, we will put that again in the remarks. Thanks, brother, for being on. I appreciate you so much. Have a great one, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Ted, for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Y'all get out and vote. If you're a voting member of ORRA, when it opens, I encourage you to vote. Your vote matters. Bye, everybody.
Be part of the change. Be part of the change.
Be part of the change. I like